Geoffrey Rigathi Gachagua, who would later rise to national prominence as the Deputy President of the Republic of Kenya, was born on the 28th of February 1965 in Hiriga village, Mathira Constituency, Nyeri County. He was the eighth child in a family of 9 siblings, a large household typical of rural central Kenya during that era. His parents, Nashashon Gachagua Reriani and Martha Kirigo, lived simple but hardworking lives. The family's history was intertwined with the struggles of Kenya's fight for independence. His father had served as a home guard while his mother supported the Momo fighters by supplying them with food and shelter. Growing up in such a household meant that young Rigathi was constantly reminded of sacrifice, patriotism, and resilience. Stories of courage during the Momo uprising provided him with a strong sense of identity and purpose. These experiences were crucial in shaping his worldview and instilling in him a duty to serve the community and the nation. Life in Hiriga was modest, revolving around subsistence farming. Rigathi, like many village children, contributed to family chores such as tending livestock, fetching water, and working on the farm. Although resources were scarce, his parents placed a strong emphasis on education as the only reliable path out of poverty. Their insistence on discipline, responsibility, and academic excellence played a decisive role in the trajectory of his life. Rigathi Gachagua began his education at Kabaruni Primary School in Nyeri. The school, like most rural institutions of the 1970s, had limited infrastructure, but it provided a vital foundation in literacy and numeracy. Gachagua quickly proved himself to be a bright and focused pupil. Teachers noted his determination and seriousness in class, qualities that helped him excel academically. The environment at Kabaruni also helped to cultivate his social and leadership skills. From a young age, he displayed confidence in speaking, organizing his peers, and taking initiative. These traits marked him out as someone who could one day take on leadership responsibilities. His performance in the national examinations at the end of primary school earned him admission into a reputable secondary school, a major milestone for children from rural Nyeri at the time. After completing primary school, Gachagua proceeded to Kianyaga High School in Nyeri County. Admission into such a school was a sign of his academic capability. At Kianyaga, Rigathi continued to distinguish himself as a disciplined student with hunger for knowledge. Kianyaga High School offered a more structured environment where students were expected to balance academics, sports, and co-curricular activities. Gachagua excelled not only in his studies but also in leadership roles. He often volunteered for responsibilities and was known among his peers as dependable and outspoken. The early 1980s, when he was in high school, were politically charged years in Kenya. Under the one-party state system of President Daniel Arap Moi, issues of democracy, freedom, and governance were frequently debated in society. These national realities filtered into the classroom, sparking curiosity in Rigathi and reinforcing his interest in political science and leadership. His secondary education thus broadened his worldview and gave him the confidence to pursue higher studies in governance and administration. Upon completing his secondary schooling successfully, Gachagua was admitted to the University of Nairobi, Kenya's premier institution of higher learning. There, he pursued a Bachelor of Arts degree in Political Science and Literature, a program that aligned perfectly with his passion for leadership, governance, and public service. At the university, Gachagua's leadership qualities came to the fore. He was elected chairman of the Nyeri District University Students Association, NDUSA, representing students from his home district. This role gave him first-hand experience in mobilizing people, negotiating with authorities, and managing student affairs. It also provided him with a platform to network with fellow young leaders from across the country. The University of Nairobi during the late 1980s was a hotbed of political debate and activism. Students frequently engaged in demonstrations calling for democracy and political freedoms. This environment exposed Rigathi to national issues and sharpened his understanding of governance, leadership, and the responsibilities of public service. After graduating in 1988, Rigathi did not stop at university education. He pursued further training to prepare for a career in public administration. He joined the Administration Police Institute in Nairobi, where he undertook a parade and procedure course. This training prepared him for responsibilities in public order, discipline, and national security. He also attended the Kenya School of Government, then Kenya Institute of Administration, where he specialized in courses on public administration and management. This professional training equipped him with the technical skills required to serve as a district officer, a role he would later assume in various parts of the country. Among his siblings was the late Nyeri Gachagua, who rose to prominence as the first governor of Nyeri County. Nyeri's political career made the Gachagua family known nationally, and his leadership inspired Rigathi to follow his own path in public service. Rigathi often refers to Nyeri as not only a brother but also a mentor whose political journey influenced his own leadership style. The passing of Nyeri in 2017 was a great loss to the family, but it also strengthened Rigathi's resolve to carry forward the spirit of service that defined their household. Beyond his siblings and parents, Rigathi's own nuclear family reflects his strong family values. He is married to Pastor Dorcas Wanjiku, with whom he has 2 sons. Dorcas is widely known for her pastoral and philanthropic work, standing beside Rigathi both in his political journey and in community service. Their marriage is seen as a partnership grounded in faith and mutual support, with Dorcas often championing causes such as youth empowerment and fighting social challenges like alcoholism.
Siasa huko kwetu hamwezani nayo, ni ngumu sana. Huko ya mlima ni ngumu sana. The politics of the mountain is so complicated, it can only be understood by the mountaineers. What people of the valley cannot understand about the mountain. Because watu ya mlima wanakaa huko juu, nyinyi mnakaa pale chini. Watu ya chini hawezi panga juu, na watu ya juu hawezi panga wapi? Let us lead us here a few, and there are few people who have proximity to the president. Wamefura, wamekuwa na kiburi mingi. Wanafikiria ati sasa wamefika, wanaweza kuja mlima ati wapange viongozi ya mlima. Sisi hatuwezi panga viongozi ya bonde la ufa, lazima tuheshimu nyinyi. I want to ask my brother, my vice president William Ruto, to be cautious and do the right thing. Let's keep our house together.
Gachagua entered elective politics in 2017, winning the Mathira MP seat under the Jubilee Party. He built a reputation for bold advocacy and grassroots mobilization, especially among central Kenya communities. In May 2022, William Ruto appointed Gachagua as his running mate under the Kenya Kwanza coalition. His ability to deliver the Mount Kenya vote central in determining the election outcome lent Gachagua considerable influence. Gachagua was sworn in as Kenya's deputy president on the 13th of September 2022 and took on a central political role alongside President Ruto. However, internal tensions escalated. Gachagua publicly criticized national intelligence and security handling during the anti-tax protests of mid-2024, straining his standing with President William Ruto and the ruling party. In October 2024, the National Assembly tabled an impeachment motion with 11 charges, including incitement of ethnic tensions, violating his oath, and undermining government institutions. On the 8th of October, MPs overwhelmingly passed the motion. The Senate held a trial on the 17th of October and convicted him on 5 of the charges. leading to his historic removal as the first deputy president impeached under the 2010 Constitution. Gachagua's lawyers sought legal reprieve, but courts upheld the Senate's decision. President Ruto swiftly nominated Interior Minister Kithure Kindiki to replace him. Although a temporary court injunction delayed Kindiki's swearing-in, it was lifted, and on the 1st of November 2024, Kindiki officially became the new deputy president. Following his removal, Gachagua remained politically active. He challenged procedural aspects of the impeachment in court, and in May 2025, the Court of Appeal ruled that the Deputy Chief Justice had overstepped in forming the three-judge panel handling his case, a decision that potentially opens new legal grounds. After formally exiting the UDA, though the party asserted he had already been removed as deputy leader, rendering his resignation symbolic, Gachagua unveiled his new political vehicle, the Democracy for the Citizens Party, DCP, at a Nairobi ceremony on the 15th of May 2025. DCP was designed as a people-centered outfit, emphasizing inclusivity and responsiveness, symbolized through its slogan Skiza wa Kenya, listen to Kenyans, and its logo, a hand holding an ear, along with bright colors, green, red, white, black. At the launch, Gachagua announced a slate of interim leaders: Cleophas Malala, deputy party leader; David Mingati, chairperson; Mathira Constituency, organizing secretary; Catherine Waruguru, women's leader; Peter Mwathi, deputy chair, strategy; Hezron Obanga, secretary general, and others throughout diverse councils and regional positions. From serving as deputy president to becoming Kenya's first impeached deputy president, Rigathi Gachagua's political trajectory has been as dramatic as it is emblematic of shifting Kenyan power dynamics. His founding of the DCP party suggests he's positioning himself for a major political comeback with a narrative built around citizen-centered leadership and accountability.
Hiyo ni kazi yangu kung'ang'ana na hiyo mtu. Na huyu kitendawili historia yake ni mbaya. Ama mnataka nimkubalie? Nimkubalie akaribia rais? Sasa mimi naenda Colombia kutafuta soko ya kahawa, alafu nipite Cuba. Lakini nimepanga. Hiyo ikulu nimeweka mitego kila kona, kila mahali nimeweka, na niko na watu wa kunipigia simu. Wakionekana tu karibu naambiwa. Kwa sababu uwezi mtu ameharibu serikali ine umkubalie akuje ya tano. Si ataharibu? Nimesikia watu ya Taita Taveta mnalia mambo ya shares yenu iko kidogo. Na watu ya Jubilee, it is true. Mimi ndio mtu anapanga maneno ya shares kwa serikali ya William Ruto. Ninakuanga naye hapa kwa mfuko. Rais akisema nataka tuangalie fulani, nasema ngoja kidogo rais, narudi kwa mfuko naangalia shares, tunakubaliana. We want you to be shareholders. So we are going to open up the share market in 2027. Nyinyi mkuje kwa soko, mchukue ile hisa mnataka. Si iko namna hiyo? Tutafungua shares yetu. Siasa huko kwetu hamwezani nayo, ni ngumu sana. Huko ya mlima ni ngumu sana. The politics of the mountain is so complicated, it can only be understood by the mountaineers. People of the valley cannot understand about the mountain. Because watu ya mlima wanakaa huko juu, nyinyi mnakaa pale chini. Watu ya chini hawezi panga juu, na watu ya juu hawezi panga wapi? Let us leaders here, a few, and there are few people who have proximity to the president. Wamefura, wamekuwa na kiburi mingi. Wanafikiria ati sasa wamefika, wanaweza kuja mlima ati wapange viongozi ya mlima. Sisi hatuwezi panga viongozi ya bonde la ufa, lazima tuheshimu nyinyi. I want to ask my brother, my vice president William Ruto, to be cautious and do the right thing. Let's keep our house together.
If you enjoy our videos, kindly support us by liking, commenting, sharing, and subscribing to our channel. Your engagement keeps us inspired and helps our community grow. Every click matters and brings us closer to creating more amazing content for you.